What if you could deliver one-on-one personalized lead magnets to every single prospect within minutes of them showing interest? This is one of the many systems that I've integrated for over 40 plus sales and marketing teams. So today I'm going to show you the full workflows and how you can use the same to send one-on-one personalized lead magnets at scale. So here's a very first picture overview of the system. The first thing that I want to show you is what is the end result in terms of a personalized lead magnet. In this case, is a personalized list of companies that are actively hiring. This list is fine-tuned based on the prospect, and we also add information such as the hiring manager name, as well as the hiring manager LinkedIn and hiring manager email. So those are information. This is a valuable lead magnet for specific kind of companies such as recruitment companies or also lead generation agencies. And so that is an example, but keep in mind the same concept and the same process can be applied to any other sort of lead magnet over here, whether there is a specific document that you create, a specific strategy formatting that you follow with your clients at the beginning of an engagement, or whatever, things like that. So everything starts the moment we receive a reply to an email. In this case, the workflow starts when we receive an email reply from a platform such as SmartLead. The first thing that we are doing over here is we are categorizing the email. The reason why we are doing that and why we are categorizing the email by choosing also the SmartLead categories over here is because we want to make sure that we only send this lead magnet to relevant prospect and to interested prospect. So it doesn't make sense to send this to everyone, and we want to make sure to reduce this to as few people as possible, only the people that actually replied with a positive message. We send a notification within Slack, and then the first step over here is an interesting part, which is a switch module. The switch module is based on the kind of campaign that we have. In this instance, I have just one single lead magnet, but keep in mind the same process can be expanded and we can add either additional multiple lead magnets based on all the different lead magnets that we have within our business, as well as different kind of way of responding to an email, whether we have a link, whether we have a Loom video that we want to record for prospects, whether we have a direct offer that we have. So this system is specifically related to lead magnets, but keep in mind, based on the campaign type, we can set up a specific kind of replies. And also the email reply agent that we create could be slightly different based on the different kinds of campaign type. For the sake of this video, we'll just focus on the list delivery aspect of this. Now, everything regarding the one-on-one lead magnet is created directly within this block over here, which is a sub workflow. The full workflow is something like this. So the first step that we are doing over here is we are passing over the information of the email of the person that replied to us, and the data will be the only information that will be needed over here. The first step is to find that information within the database that we have available. In this case, we use a Google Sheets to find the specific information that we have available. Then we get information such as the lead name, the query itself. So let me show you also what does the query look like over here. So we are in the example Google Sheet. Over here, we can see what does the query look like. This is a bunch of different information that we have. This is specifically related to that prospect and based on the type of companies that they help place. So in this instance, we have a different kind of queries that are based on whether they have a specific job title that they are looking for and they place, a specific location that they place, and things of the nature. I go more in depth in this into one of my previous videos. I will leave a link over here so that you can have a full understanding of how this works. But essentially, you can think about this as the query that is used to find the job postings over here. So as you can see over here, we have job postings about sales for specific company in specific places. So in this instance, you see there are a lot of companies that are from Austin. So in this case, the query was specifically related to sales or specific sales roles with a location that was within Austin, and that is why that I found this specific list and these specific companies. But anyway, you can check that video for more detail on how the query system and query creation system works. Over here, we are just limiting to getting the query. The query at the beginning was limited to 10 results. So we just got 10 results on that. And here we are creating a new query and setting the limit to 24 results, because within the lead magnets, we are mentioning that we are sending over 21 results or 24 results, sorry. Over here, we do some kind of data transformation about around how to find the relevant actor for the kind of person that we reach out to. So as you can see in this example for this prospect over here, we have this use LinkedIn, which is equal to true. That means that we will use the LinkedIn job search instead of the career site job search. So we have multiple layers or multiple different job searches that we want to use. Next up, we created the spreadsheet itself, so the actual document itself, and then we run the job posting. So the job posting is something that I showed in a previous video, but essentially what we are doing over here is we are running a specific API actor to find job postings, and this actor is fantastic.jobs in this instance. So we are looking at the web, searching across jobs. There are AI enriched jobs, so we have all sort of information about those. And we do a waterfall approach. So within this document over here, we have multiple variants that have multiple layers of complexity. A strict one has a specific location and some specific job titles. A medium one has a specific job titles but a less strict location, and so on. So in this way, this helps goes through the system and finding job posting, even though they are not present in the specific location of the prospect. So we are running through three different actors over here. To be honest, over here, we are not running against three, we are running against six, because we are also checking for the execution, and if the second execution is equal to false, we are switching back the parameters and rerunning that with the different elements. So in the first instance, if we have LinkedIn set equal to true, we use all the variants that are related to LinkedIn. So like as you can see over here, we have a variance which name is strict, and then we have what is the LinkedIn input, and then the career side input. And then within medium over here, we also have the LinkedIn input and the career side input. So with the first iteration, we go through every LinkedIn input. So the strict one, the medium one, and the broad one. If none of those gives us enough jobs, we pass this over and we go to the career side input. And so we start with the strict one, medium one, and then broad one. And finally, we aggregate all the information into some job posting data. Next up, over here, we are doing some operations to create the headers. So to create the headers of the document over here, which are those over here. And then we append all the rows to the sheet, as well as resize the columns to have a cleaner formatting and not like a very ugly formatting, and that's it. Next up is the part related to finding the hiring managers. So I think this could be completed, like this is already 101. We wanted to go the extra mile over here and give even additional information. So we went through and give information about finding hiring manager. In this instance, we get all the job postings. So we get all these different elements over here, and then we are iterating across every single element over here. We are using, during the iteration, this means that for every single row, we run this specific set of commands. First off, we search within LinkedIn for the hiring manager of that specific company within that specific locality. Um, we are using serper.dev instead of Apify only because I had credits in this instance, so that is why we are using that. Then we are getting the array of people that we are getting from the serper.dev, and we are doing some filtering over here. So we are only getting one single person array that has a specific format if you search LinkedIn. So to show you this, if you go over here and click linkedin.com and search company name SEO, for example, let's search this company over here. As you can see, here we find a list of different leads, a list of different links. And then for these links over here, in particular, these two links over here, if we check the format of the link, you will see that we will have https linkedin.com/in. This means that this is actually a LinkedIn profile person. And so that is how we identify that. Then we get information about that specific prospect through Apify. So we get information such as first name, last name, their LinkedIn profile, and all sort of other information if we want to use that later on. And then we use Prospeo for email enrichment. So after this step, we find the specific person that is responsible for hiring in this case within that company, and then we enrich that person with the information that we have available to find the relevant email, and that helps us find different emails such as the ones that you see over here. Everything ends up over here when we created the full file. We have everything over here. The only thing left to do is to share the file itself. So share the file to everyone, and then get the file URL with the URL list. And so this will be the final output that we will get over here. Next up, what we are doing in these last instances is we are passing over this information to the email reply agent. So the email reply agent will have information such as the email sent, the email reply, the LinkedIn, not the LinkedIn, sorry, but the list URL. Everything is passed so that it creates a message that is personalized to the prospect, and then that message is directly sent through Slack. This was just a very isolated example. Think if you want to use this even further, if you want to use that across different parts of the sales organization, you can think about using that using for submits, for example. So if you have a specific person that needs to fill up a form to receive, I don't know, some kind of personalized strategy document for them, this is exactly something that you could do through a form, because they pass over the information. You create some sort of document through artificial intelligence that is perfect for them. Yeah, the sky's the limit with this kind of one-on-one personalization that you create. One really important thing is that they create a lot of value for the prospect because like they are tailored to them. They increase the response rate because like prospects are more likely to respond to having an actual file that was created for them as compared to having a white paper downloaded or like a simple list of prospects that you send out to thousands of different companies. And it's a differentiating method also to differentiate yourself when you're doing outreach. So yeah, that was just one single example. Hope it was interesting. Hope it sparks some ideas. If you want to implement some system like that and more, feel free to reach out. First link in the description. With that said, hope that was valuable and you got some insights out of that. And that's it on my side. Talk to you in the next video.